Alright, Kimbo White here. Want to make a little video for all the MMA fans tonight on this December 30th going into the 31st in just a couple of hours. At 3 a.m. Fields of Dynamite will air, and you know, this is something that's I started watching 2 years back. Real interesting event so far. The path that it's taken with the K1 and the MMA on there, and the theme to it was the wrestlers versus the martial arts guys, and the Dream guys fighting the Sengoku guys. This year is the big storyline, and everybody's been wondering when Mousasi was going to fight next, and I think we all expected it to be at Strikeforce again, and I was real surprised to see today that they at last minute signed him to fight 43-year-old Gary Goodridge, and not only that, Overeem's next fight is tonight against Yashida, and Shinya Aoki, who the lightweight standout over there for Dream, is going to fight Sengoku's Mizuto Hirota. Who's an awesome fighter. I've seen him fight a few times now, and I just started, like I said, the last 2 years getting into it, following these guys, so I know some of them are. Don't know all of them all that well. I've seen most of them fight at least once. But the thing is with these Fields Dynamite events that really stands out to other events is that there's always 17, 18 fights or more on the card. They're extremely long events. At least 3 to 4 hour events, normally not 2 hour cards. And the other thing that always stands out about them is 2/3 of them are flyweight and lightweight bouts. And then, it seems like you always have a couple of catchweight bouts, because the Japanese, they have to do that. They can't not do that. A couple of interesting other matchups besides Overeem and Fujita and Aoki and Hirota are Minowa's fighting Sokuju, Akihiro Gono's fighting Sakurai. That ought to be an awesome fight. And Melvin Manhoff's fighting Kazuo Mousasi, which looks familiar, and I think I've seen him fight a few times, but I don't know a lot about the guy. I should Google him before I make a video and talk about him. But I think the big storyline of the card, though, for these guys isn't these Strikeforce fellas fighting over there. To them, these are their guys anyway, and Strikeforce is a second-hand thing. The big storyline over there is Satoshi Ishii and Hidehiko Yashida, which is the main event, and it's kind of like it would be comparable to like Yoshida is comparable to like a Randy Couture over here, or like a Horace Gracie type fella. He's fought everybody and their brother over there, beat most of them. He's 40 years old, and Ishii is this young new powerhouse, Brock Lesnar type fella coming out, powerhouse wrestler, but he's a flyweight, and but he's a big flyweight. He reminds me of a flyweight Lesnar, and they're both gold medalists, Olympic gold medalists. Yoshida's the big underdog in the fight, because Ishii is on a roll. But I tell you what, I don't know if he's going to take the old man, and I tell you why. He's got some holes in his game, and if the youth can prevail, then you know, the big thing is nobody thinks that the youth and the strength that Yashida's going to be able to deal with it. But I'm not sure. We'll see about that. It's going to be an interesting little night, and for me, you know, my storyline of the night, and a lot of us over here in the States, is let's see if Alistair Overeem wins or gets his ass beat outside of Strikeforce again, because he fought one fight, and he's called a heavyweight champion over here, against a guy, you know, 6-7 fights. This would be a 7th or 8th fight out of the damn Strikeforce in other organizations since he's won the belt. It was a brand new belt, and you know, a lot of people lose a lot of respect for him for not wanting to defend that belt. But there's nothing in his contract that's stating that he has to do it. So, you know, there's nothing anybody can really do about it until he agrees to go ahead and take a fight over here. And a lot of people think it's due to steroid use, because they don't test for that over there, so he can fight over there all he wants. And you know, I guess banging fucking dope, whatever. But you know, I'm not sure if that's the case or not. And if it is, you know, it'd be nice if the guy could just clear the system out for a month or two, whatever it would take, a few months, to come over here and defend that belt. Because if not, I think this, you know, the problem is Scott Coker and them, when they were starting up, they just needed names to start up Strikeforce, and now that they're getting a lot of names, they're going to wish that some of these were exclusive contracts, or at least had stipulations in them saying, you know, if you don't defend your belt for such and such a time, it will be forfeited. I've been wanting to see Aoki in the States for a long time. I think Dana White should have picked him up, and the fact that Strikeforce has is huge. So, you know, Overeem needs to come fight Fedor in April, but it'll probably be Fedor and Verdun. We probably won't even see Overeem fight in the States in April. So, you know, I don't know how many years they're going to let this guy call himself a champion in Strikeforce. But me personally, I hope Fujita kicks his ass tonight. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, though. So, that's my little video here. You know, I have a lot of guys wanting to know when Mousasi was going to fight next, and I wanted to know. I really, you know, nothing had been said, and then I realized why nothing had been said, because this was probably in the works and just hadn't been signed yet. But you know, I think it's a very interesting matchup. So we'll just have to see what happens. It's been a nice one with Kimbo White.